One of the most valued skills in any industry is the ability to deliver a project on time, on spec, on budget. But actually, the skills to do this are quite universal, that this has massive value no matter what level of business that you go into, or even if you launch your own business trying to bring a product to market. What we've tried to do in this section is break down into 12 different steps, these skills to really help deliver great time management, great project management. And actually, there are some real techniques to do this that likewise, this again is about organization and communication. So for time management and project management, there are 12 steps which we talk about, which are really useful things to keep in mind and to consider when it's your job to manage projects and deliver projects. The first is, what is the most important task? Put the most important thing first and actually prioritize down the least important last. It's really important to know how long will each thing take, that you only have a certain amount of time, that you will probably have a deadline, and you need to really know what can you do within the time that you have. And also for the less important tasks, if you can't get them done, pass them off to someone else or tell the person who's waiting on it that it might not get done in the time that they need. Next, it's to look at what is the most efficient way to do each task. This will vary based on if you are a bakery business or an energy business or whatever it is that you do. But the more knowledge and expertise you have on how things actually take, it will make a real difference in your ability to plan how to deliver the activity. What resources do you need is also really important. If you know that you have a list of 10 tasks to do and task 5 will require some piece of kit that's on a 2-day lead time, it makes sense that rather than do nothing and then find out that you need that piece of kit to do that task and then have to wait another 2 days. The more organized you are and the more you can plan in terms of what you will need, you can actually ask and get the things ready so that you can deliver each task without any lost time. Are there any follow-on actions after your particular task? This is really important, because actually, if you are working on a task and someone else is waiting for your piece of work to deliver a much bigger project, really look and try and understand what is the most valuable thing that, although a task to you might not be that important, if it plays a critical key role in a much bigger project, it might be important to push that up your task list to really make sure it gets done as quick as possible. Communication, as we've said, is really important. And actually, for anyone that manages projects, have you communicated to people who are earlier in the chain than you what you need, what you expect, and when? That what could happen is that you are waiting for stuff to come in for you to do your piece of work on before it goes out. But actually, the people in front of your chain might put your stuff to the back of the queue. And it's really important to say, look, I know I need these 10 things from you, but those 2 are really important. And just make sure that people know what you need and when. And also, it's important to ask people that have your task after you, so it's people that you send your stuff to after you've finished, to really know from them what is the most important thing and what follows on down the chain. Also critical in this process is to explain the impact of any time slippages or late delays. My background as a chartered mechanical engineer is often in offshore energy and oil and gas. That if you have a vessel which is going to leave shore to go and install a pipeline, you cannot be late. You cannot deliver a day late after the vessel has already gone. So it's really important to know the potential damage if things arrive late, that you do have things called liquidated damages, and you could be liable to the bill for a £2 million delay on a project because your one thing, which could be a $10,000 part, was late. So it's really important to understand what the processes are, what the potential delays and impacts are, and that people up and down the chain know what to expect and know how your delivery timeline is going. And then last but not least, things will change. So it's the ability that if something happens that's out of your control, communicate to people up and down the chain what to expect, when and why. And then essentially we repeat the process, that because of that, your own priority list and timelines will change. And a really good skilled professional or project manager will actually be able to manage a whole raft and suite of projects to deliver as much as you can, all of them on time, on spec, on budget, and actually make sure things go in and come out at the right time, and actually make sure that what you need arrives when you need it. So this hopefully explains why this is a massively valuable skill, that it's just being organized, but actually if you follow the 12 steps that we've mentioned, it will hopefully make a massive difference in helping you deliver projects on time and actually to demonstrate your time management skills.